and welcome to the Salty Boys Podcast.
Is there any check I can do to try to not?
Dude, quit.
Never have I been so apprehensive about stepping foot inside of a tavern, lads.
Ah, you pussycat. My parents are bred.
The Salty Boys Podcast.
Let me get a camcorder and record us going out of the map on Battlefront 2.
Oh, shit, that's a callback I forgot about.
It's still...
All right, we're not on camera, so you should do that when we're on camera.
We are on mic, though.
I mean, you're not recording now.
Here's all the words that we can't say, like wop, spick, ass, cunt, bitch, tits, ass, motherfucking nit.
Okay,
And
we can
Denver?
say 90% of those.
Denver, you have to save the rest
I
of that.
noticed you didn't
because
say cunt.
I think
Yeah,
at
you
the
did.
end
We
of
can
our...
say cunt.
Hold on, guys. Let me know if you think this is awesome. At the end of our podcast, we need to each shove a hand of that in our mouth and just start chewing. In honor of JP.
I'm about to chew my dice.
Gentlemen, take your ceremonial handful of Utspub.
I got it.
Present. Horn.
Anyway,
Detail. Crunch.
so after demolishing 6 tons of Wingstop,
Yeah, we
Are we recording?
Yeah, we are.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have just demolished 75 wings and 3 tubs of fries.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling great.
We might
I'm
be a
about
little
to go
slower
Seamus
than
on you
before.
and come across this table.
Jesus Christ, Seamus plug, am I right?
Don't make me Seamus this fucking bottle of bourbon up your asshole. Andy?
It's not
Tempts me with a good time.
bourbon.
No, bourbon. It's not truly.
It's not the biggest thing I've had up here.
What?
There is something called the
Wow.
green weenie.
Now that we know about Andy's sexual habits.
No, it's not that I like it. It's just, so Uncle Sam, he wears red, white, and blue. But
My babysitter used to let me pee between her legs.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
anyway,
All of that.
he might be wearing red, white, and blue.
Yeah,
but
don't-
it's
don't
green
include any
below
of
the
this.
belt.
All right, okay.
You
Are
want to
we-
start now?
It's wrapped in money.
Hold on. Hey,
Army green.
Dingus. Eyes here.
Yes, my lord.
Sawyer. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Let's continue from when we're supposed to start and do this thing.
So, where we left off, there's a big old purple energy beam blowing up from the ground outside of Saltmarsh on a direct course to the moon. Anybody that cares or knows anything about magic, they're welcome to make some sort of arcana check.
Nat 20, baby.
Oh, okay, I got a 17. So. Drink. That was a nat 20. You got
Yeah.
drink.
Oh, I got
14
I'm ahead
plus
of
whatever
bourbon.
my arcana is.
Where is the bourbon?
Oh,
Where's the beer?
can you pass that to...
Sir de Bourbon. That's a reference. So, with a 20 in Arcana.
I got one. I got both of them.
So, with a 20 in Arcana, you see that this purple beam is actually a refracted beam of concentration to contain another energy source. So, this is actually a projected sphere of annihilation.
Oh, shit.
If you're with a 20, spheres of annihilation are if you're not familiar, things that if it passes through the event horizon of a sphere of annihilation, it's gone forever. There's no saves, there's no damage done, it's gone.
Yep.
So you put your hand in, your hand's gone, it's annihilated. So this sphere of annihilation is being elongated by this purple energy to extend all the way up to the moon.
Hold on. Is that what happened to Eggplant Boy's hand?
No.
No, that was a weasel of annihilation.
Nice.
Next,
Okay,
nat
carry
one
on.
of annihilation.
Carry on.
Weasel of hand annihilation. So, that said, the only thing standing between you and more answers is the doors to Orpingwell's ordnance fireworks shop.
Is the doors open?
They do not appear to be open. They appear to be in the same condition that you left them.
Francis goes to try to open the door.
So hold on.
It is
Where,
locked.
With Big
where
Nick's
is
broken
everybody
lockpick in
at?
it.
What's that?
Where is everybody at?
You guys
Because
are all
we
in
haven't
front of
assembled.
Orphan
I'm
Well
below
Ordinance.
deck cooking food. I have no idea
If
what's
you
going
don't want to participate,
Oh, no. I'm
you
gonna
can't stay behind.
No, like-
Hold on. I got you here in a second. I'm just waiting for the perfect moment.
No, but
So
sorry.
you guys remember, there's food, and I got it written out. It's cooked. I rolled a 15.
was gonna
DJ
say
Skinny
it's done.
Penis.
Yeah.
But
Like our
Just let me-
entire party has somehow come to
I was about to say, 'cause
conglomerate in front of this like giant purple beam.
No, yeah,
Okay.
we left the boat after Daffrin was
I thought we were
notified.
still on the
Daffrin
boat.
took off, and then Mog
Everybody
was
followed.
right behind
Yeah.
me on
Yep.
that one.
I
I
missed everything
assumed
else.
they were a little few paces behind me, but if they're all there, then that's perfect.
all right,
Okay.
so are we are we not on this boat?
No,
You've got a big old stew pot.
All right,
with
no.
everything you've made.
So because I'm just gonna come.
Yeah, you're chasing after the rest of the crew.
All right, once we go back to the story, I got this.
Okay.
So
so Francis is at the door of Orphan Wells.
Yes.
He's gonna try to open the door.
It is locked.
Mock
Francis is gonna.
dumb cunt!
No.
You want your fucking food?
no Mock grabs Francis and pulls him back because even though he's a half blood, he actually kind of cares about this guy that died in combat.
Francis
And-
was just going to knock on the door.
He pulls him back and he
Okay.
looks at Captain and he says, "What do we do here?"
How do I make?
Captain kind of looks at Francis and goes, because Captain wasn't there for any of these interactions. Like, what's your connection to this Orpingwell lad?
He used to be my side employer. He has been to be providing me with fireworks for Big Nick's shows.
Do you guys want this food, or just take it back?
And then Mock just kind of pushes Dickhead away.
Fuck.
So
fucking
that's big news. Francis has a side hustle.
Yeah, Captain's a little not mad, not even disappointed. He's just like,
Oh wait,
didn't know he had it in him.
nobody knows that he was working for Orphan Realm.
Apparently not.
Only us.
Only Big Nick.
us knew.
No, just Nick.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you.
Well, I
'Cause
mean,
you were like, "Hey, drink this sometime,"
right,
but then didn't give it to you.
right.
And then Mock
That's my like you've given him so many chances to use these potions and he's not.
yeah, and then Mock looks at Francis, eyes him up, and then he looks at Nick because he knows those two are in cahoots, and he says, "Nick, what do you know?"
I don't know shit. I just know he works for this guy. I thought you guys knew too.
And things start to come together.
Captain, I was under full intention to tell you. When this man contacted me, he was to be the one who allegedly paid for my resurrection at the temple. He was to be pulling me to the side. I was to be thinking he was some form of master reagent explosive developer. No, he's just to be selling fireworks, and then he gave me these bottles here.
Well, he is to be selling fireworks, but also, have you seen the purple big thing?
But this is a flag, so Captain.
This would have raised a couple of red flags for me before we got to the big purple beam of light, lad.
I am to be understanding. My apologies.
And then Mock looks at Sawyer and he's like, "Do you know anything about this?"
Can I roll a history or some sort of
Yeah.
check?
Either history or religion. Either one you want.
I'm going to go history.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a +3. A 15.
You know that long ago there was an ancient temple built in this area called the Tomb of the Trickster. This area would kind of correspond to where that might be, but until you investigate further, you couldn't confirm whether this is the case or not. But the Tomb of the Trickster is alleged to contain all kinds of things. It was the domain of a trickster god that had been sealed to the mortal plane and forced to inhabit a dungeon. As some gods take on a mortal coil, this god was forced to take on the coil of an entire dungeon.
Would I make any connection to like Orpingwell and like all that dirt that was dug up in that spot?
Oh, yeah,
that was
there's-
dumped there. Or is that in included in the history check too? Or
I mean, history's not going to tell you much about dirt, but If you want to investigate more, that might answer your question.
Okay. I would like to.
Okay. You'll have to open the door to do that.
Okay, then and then it's locked, correct?
It is
Wait,
locked.
there's a door
There's a door.
I will take
to
my
the shop
giant.
Yes.
that goes up to the beam. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
I will take my giant mace and
Yeah.
try to bash in part of the door.
Roll to attack.
1.
No, not a one.
You'll pretty much it's the door's not dodging.
I bet a 14.
It's just gonna take time. You're just like beating the door in, and eventually you knock like a wooden plank through, and you're able to reach your hand through and unlock it.
Mock
from the
pulls
other
him
side.
back. Do
Okay.
I have...
I'm not gonna resist.
Okay, you pull him back.
He looks at everybody. And he says... This is either death or a way to somewhere else.
Big Nick's going in.
Yeah, I was about to say after
Head first.
after
Well,
after
the
Mock
door's
kind
not
of pulls him
open
back,
yet, right?
he'll look over at Mock and be like, "I've seen too much already. I'm ready to look death in the face and face it myself."
Yeah.
But the door's still closed, right?
No, I fucking opened that
Yeah,
shit.
he unlocked it.
after I bashed it with my fucking mace.
Mock
Big
jumps
Nick,
in
you-
before him.
Turn. Big Nick is there first since you pulled him back.
Yep.
Big Nick turns the handle and you're in first.
Also-
you see a darkened shop. All of the reagents have been cleared off the shelves. The only thing remaining is a counter with an empty register with the drawer pulled out. But you see, give me a perception check.
Okay. Also, before I do that, as I walk through the door, I reach into my
In the
inventory.
valley of death, I'll be your
I reach into my inventory and produce the key that Daffrin gave me from the haunted mansion, and I say, "Try one of these next time, big shooter." Because if you remember, he bashed in the door that had the key that went to the door.
Yes,
So,
that's correct. Full
perception
circle.
Well, I guess nobody wants this food.
-3.
Poor Seamus.
That
Poor
is
heart.
Is there a tavern around here?
That is a 9.
Your own.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Seamus owns.
So you
that
notice there's
tavern.
some dirt on the floor. You can't really make. I mean, it just looks like a dirty floor.
Okay.
Mock just knows that Captain just died.
Yes.
So he grabs us by the hand and rushes in.
Okay.
Ocean Man, take
So-
him by the hand.
Yeah.
Captain's feeling a little confused by Mock's sudden affection, but he's not going to resist right now.
Yeah.
Well, watching Captain walk in, I was like, "Well, fuck the food. I'm in."
Toss the pot. So Seamus walks in.
Well,
the
Francis was hungry.
Oven mitt still on his hands.
Because he knows if the
Ready to
captain
go?
goes, everybody else will go.
Yeah. So I believe that's everybody.
Sitting here like this.
Yeah.
As you all
can,
are
can we
kind of
can we say
filing
that
in.
we didn't get a chance to grab any NPCs? But can we say that we brought along Eggplant Boy and Grim?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love
follow
I was
you.
gonna say,
We can
Grim's
send
Grim.
the dwarf lady back to her employer.
as a side note, Francis wanted some of Seamus's fish.
It's okay. It's sitting on the ground outside. I'm sure it'll still be there. Maybe.
Wait,
Is it rum ham?
can I get that person?
ale ham.
No. It was cooked sausage and it was fried in flour. And with the beans and the beans and water, it was some nice fancy thing, and it was cooked in ale.
No
so
dingus.
it all
No
simmered.
dingus.
Hey,
It's got to be rum ham.
no, I'm playing Seamus. This is what he did. He rolled a 15. He actually knows what the fuck he's doing.
Seamus
So
leveled
we
up.
had rum
so,
ham.
I mean,
he
he's
just
better.
made rum ham. That was it. He made all I heard
like-
was sausage and rum.
I hate you all.
You can make like baked beans with ale, like
And
that's
rum
a,
ham.
Yeah, that's what I
would be
did. But
very
I
good.
didn't use the ham. I used the sausage that
you
was
used the
there.
ham.
I will stab you.
Danny
was
DeVito
just-
has
Just
the
not
best
the
rum
same
ham.
as rum ham. You guys
call it whatever you
complained about
want.
the rum ham. Yeah, but it's not the same.
So whoever you just sent off, I'm just gonna say I gave it to that pot to her and said, "Take it to my tavern."
Dually duel. Yeah, she'll
No,
take it
Dooley
back.
Dool, yes.
Yeah,
Fucking cunts.
She's like, well, this is the worst adventure I've ever been on, and takes
that.
me.
She's a nice
Not you, not her.
She's a
You.
ni- Oh, okay, thank you.
This is the worst adventure you have been on, but you have heard of it.
It's the worst adventure you've ever been on yet.
Just wait until season 2.
Oh, we'll have horrible adventures. That's
Not until Salty Boys 2.0.
Sure. So, you guys you file into this fireworks shop that has been swept clean, save for the floor. The floor is fairly dirty, and with the just sheer quantity of your eyes, you're able to discern that a track of dirt goes from the front door to the back room, where a curtain, a sort of thin curtain, is drawn, and you see some torchlight reflected up from what looks to be like some sort of downstairs.
Daffron will make his way over, and
you discover what looks to be a cavern system that has been dug underneath the shop. Do you follow it?
Are we on Earth?
You are.
Okay.
yeah, I will.
You haven't detected
So
it.
is there one cavern or like multiple branching paths?
It's like one like prison tunnel that's been like dug.
Oh, okay.
It's
I was gonna
wide
say.
enough for you to go single file.
Yeah, then Daffron will walk straight down it.
Yeah,
at this point.
It's ramped, and you can see like a lot of wheelbarrow, like wheel tracks have been brought up through here. And before long, you see
Mark
a.
tries to push himself in front because he knows Daffron's a skinny little goat kid.
He ain't some lip dink little prick. He's gonna walk. He's gonna walk.
He's like
ahead.
kind of like
Oh no,
shouldering, like elbowing.
he's got the balls at this point, but Mark doesn't want him to die.
I was about to say, Daffron's pissed at this
Yeah.
point. Like he's just pretty much empty inside. He's only fueled by rage. So he's still gonna try and walk a little bit. Is there any like check I can do to like try to not?
Dude, quit, please.
What are you even chewing?
Celery?
Where did you get celery?
There's whole
veggie
veggie
sticks.
sticks. Yeah.
It's a tribute.
when did those get here?
They've been here.
For the do we want D&D anymore?
This is no longer a
Coming
D&D
from the person who's
podcast.
like, all right, guys, let's get serious here.
Welcome to the Salty Boys podcast, where we review the sounds of food.
Nay podcast. Nay Salty Boys.
It's a tribute to Francis.
This is just in memoriam.
All right.
Andy over here.
That's what I forgot to do. I was going to bring my trumpet and play taps when he died, and I forgot to bring it.
So instead, we're gonna do Sarah McLachlan.
God, I hate
But also, we just spoiled the fact that our intention here.
We said that at the beginning.
Did we?
All right, so we're going down the
Hey,
hole.
that's your
All right,
plan.
So Daffron's walking down the hallway. To
You
what-
discover a large door. It is a dark stone. It is a solid piece with a cornerstone at the top and a segmented archway going across and then down. The cornerstone itself is like an open-mouthed gargoyle in a laughing face with sharp teeth. But below is a large just slab. It doesn't appear to have any obvious handles or hinges or openings of any kind.
Is there any writing on any of that? On the archway, maybe?
You run your hand on it and try to feel kind of engravings or anything like that. It feels not like stone to the touch.
Real quick, is it just understood that the rest of us just went with him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Daffron's gonna kind of turn around. He's like, I can't make heads or tails of this. I know it doesn't feel like stone, but does anybody know what this is?
Mock looks behind the rest of them, and he says, "We've been here before. Be ready, every single one of you."
Daffron pulls out his mace again.
Okay.
Looks
Francis is
at Captain
very
especially.
confused.
Says, "Be ready." Looks at Nick. Says, "Pull out your worthless little blades."
When in doubt, javelin out.
Looks
that's
at
a new catchphrase.
Stew Boy and says, "Rum ham." And then looks at Francis and says, "Be ready to explode."
Daffron, you realize with your hand on the stone slab, your eyes sort of drift up for a moment, and you see that there is a single light that is illuminating in the stone itself. So almost like a light source from behind has illuminated in this cold blue pale light. As you take your hand away, the light goes away.
I'm gonna motion over to Mock and be like, "Hey, Mock, put your hand on this as well with me." I'm gonna put my hand right on the stone, quote unquote, slab.
Yeah. When you touch it, it lights up again. When Mock touches it, you notice no difference.
I'm gonna look at him.
No difference.
Wow.
All right, that's the end of the show. Good night. We're done. We fired our DM.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good time.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, "What can you make of this, Mock?"
there's something down here.
Well, I could have figured that one out.
Can I
should keep
intimidate
going.
the door to open it?
Huh? You what?
Can I intimidate the door to open it?
Roll to intimidate the door. Also, and then tell me what you say.
Oh, and
Open sesame,
what can I notice
motherfucker.
with a wisdom check?
I'm mad that you're
If you're
so
trying to
cool with
perceive
this.
like
Like
fine details,
perception?
that would be a perception. If you're looking for any other fine details,
Okay, so that's a 19.
man, if this door had emotions, you are sure it would feel fear.
I got 13 on it.
13. You take like a really good look around. The only thing that really draws your eye is the gargoyle in the center. And the more you look at it, the more it seems to sort of take on a familiar picture. As a cleric of Prokin, you've noticed many kinds of different depictions of Prokin. An ancient one is that he was a god that delighted in the destruction of storms. And this does bear somewhat of a resemblance to that.
Destruction of storms.
Like storms causing destruction.
Yes.
Okay. Zumak takes a minute to pray to his god
Mhm.
and a little bit of, hey, what's going on here? Can you show me the way?
Yeah.
Do you know the way?
As a also worshiper of Proking, is there any chance I can give him any like inspiration for or
Yeah.
advantage? I mean, for
I was gonna say, you look at him, kind of looking at the gargoyle face, and you start to kind of make the same conclusions. You guys were raised in the same temple, so you sort of make the same conclusions. But I would say not necessarily. You're not going to get any more information than
Mark
you got.
should actually probably roll at a disadvantage because he's a loner. I mean, as sad as that is, but yeah, that's him. He's Mock.
So with your hand on it, that light returns, and when you take it away, the light goes away. Specifically, Daffrin.
Okay. Is there anything else I can see in there? Like once the light is kind of illuminating the cave.
It's not super bright. It's like an indicator light.
Can
kind of
Mock
thing.
shove Defrin in the gargoyle?
It's not that big. It's maybe 1 foot wide,
Based
maybe
on-
2 foot wide by 3 feet, 4 feet tall.
All right, well, Mock's just going to walk into the cave.
Based on what you were talking about with only Daffrin, Big Nick's going to try to put his hand on it and see if it
Yeah.
lights up.
It does not light up.
So it's
Oh,
only
with
lighting
Big
up for
Nick's
Daffrin then.
Correct.
Okay.
And we've had Daffrin try, Big Nick try, and Mock try.
All right. So Big Nick discovers this and says, "Hey, so I think it only works for Daffrin for some reason."
Mm-hmm.
Mock's going to tell Defrin to say a little prayer to Procon.
I will. I'll close my eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and I will try my best to meditate and see if I can ask for some sort of guidance.
Yeah.
If I can get any kind
And
of.
I lay me down to sleep. I pray to Prokin, the soul my keep.
Rip me from my home I
Before
lay.
wake, I hope
Throw
my
me in a
wings are
tornado
good
in
to
a water
eat.
typhoon. Is that how that goes?
When you said
Yeah,
the
good
storm
enough.
thing, all I could think of is Prokin's like, "I'm happier in a tornado in a trailer park."
That sounds like the
That's
stripper
actually-
is so much happier when the lap dance is crying. Wait, that's the wrong one.
So
I have this theory that Daffrin just sits down and he's just like,
yeah, Mock and Daffrin. Mock and Daffrin both pray to their storm god. Normally, you feel sort of like a reassuring presence. That there are different things that you could pull from prayer. You don't feel a presence when you pray this time. Like it's like speaking to an empty chair. It's you don't feel this way often.
Well, side note, that's Mock's normal prayer. He is just like the lost of Procan. So he prays when he thinks he can get something out of it.
Okay. So, you are faced with a stone slab that lights up when Daffrin touches it sometimes.
Big Nick says, "Well, you only touched it with one hand. Try two."
More is
Right.
always better.
You
I'm gonna
press
put both hands on
you
it.
press both hands, and I didn't tell you the location, but if it's a big stone slab, the light is on the left side. It's a single pale white light on the left side.
Same thing. No
And then-
difference between one hand and two hands?
Correct. And he takes it away, and then it goes away.
Okay. Francis wants to touch the light itself.
You put your hand on the stone slab, and a light lights up on the right side of the stone slab.
It's a puzzle.
Oh, okay. Hey, both of you touch it at the same time.
With our powers combined,
You both touch you touch each other, and nothing happens. No, you both touch the slab, and the slab disappears. In
always
front
did
of you, it opens to a huge room packed to the brim with patrons. It's the cacophony of the biggest and busiest tavern you've ever seen is playing before you. The smell of warm pretzels wafts through the air. Patrons at the bar chat and laugh with each other, and busy staff laugh with each other and busy staff as the latter weaves in and around packed tables.
we're in Philadelphia.
Mock
Big Nick's looking for a
puts
stage.
arms out
Wait,
to stop
Does
everybody.
Seamus get really mad because there's another bar that he didn't know about?
Possibly.
What the fuck?
No, but Mock threw his arms out because he knows Seamus is running. He's like, bar full of people, that's awesome. And he knows Captain's like, I want to hang out with all these guys.
Now, did you put your arms low enough to catch the dwarf?
Yes. And he stops him and he says,
boys.
I mean,
this is not right. What do we think about this?
Never have I been so apprehensive about stepping foot inside of a tavern, lads.
you pussy bitch.
Bet you won't drink.
Yeah, but Seamus, you gotta...
Shit.
It's good.
Here,
God,
pass me the bourbon. I need the bourbon.
Hey, I just doing what I told my character did.
the captain is just dumbfounded by Seamus's sudden growth of testicular fortitude. Like,
Just one of these.
he's feeling a little threatened by Seamus's sudden girth of nutsack here.
Yeah.
So he takes a quick second and goes, "We'd best tread lightly, lads. I feel like this is our only destination, but something doesn't feel right."
Big Nick pikes in and said, I've heard of plenty of underground bars in my day, but I don't think there's a real bar this underground. So chances are I don't think these people are real.
And Mock just looks at both of you guys, and he kind of glances over at Dick Balls over there.
Seamus for listeners.
Yes. And then back
thought it
to
was-
the captain and Nick and says, cult. And
So-
that's all he says is cult.
Big Nick, as you start to look around and as you start to think, I don't really believe that these people, I think there's a chance these people might not be real. You start trying to listen to the conversations, like specifically like an individual conversation between two people. It's not words. They're like making noises. They're like just opening their mouths and making noises. They aren't faces you recognize. These aren't people from Saltmarsh that you know.
So it sounds like Animal Crossing.
It's exactly, yeah. It's like the Peanuts teacher. like, wah, 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 wah. Yeah, but altogether, it sounds like a busy and happy tavern, and you will hear laughter every now and then. But when you look around, you don't see a particular person laughing. So it's almost like a player piano of a tavern. As you look over, you do see a few beers on tap, and in the back wall, there's a large metal contraption.
What do we see?
That is what you see. Yeah,
so
there's no
I
difference.
know I'm just a dwarf and I'm not one of them religious types, but is this the underworld?
Captain's taking a closer look at this metal contraption. Like, what can he glean from it?
Yeah, so
Mock is right behind him.
it's at the end. It's at the far wall of the tavern. It's a large set of large, strange metal brackets that are twisted in and around themselves in peculiar configuration. It takes up most of the 10 by 10 wall, and no one in the tavern's really paying it much notice. There's a sign above it that says, "What am I?"
Is Frank and Daphram with us?
Frank.
Francis.
Francis. Yeah. Yes, they are.
So Big Nick looks over at Graham and says, "Graham, what do you think about that metal thing on the wall?"
He scratches his head. Graham, bend metal.
Go bend.
Yeah,
Graham, bend.
he,
Mock's in the same position. He's like, Francis, can you blow this up?
Yeah, he grabs the metal bars and like tries to bend it to the best of his ability. Grem not good at bend.
Is it normal metal, Grim?
He gives you a shrug.
Fair enough. Okay.
Make a good explosion.
It's pretty thick gauge, like metal.
Okay, so it's a series of brackets, and the top says, "What am I?"
It's brackets all kind of like twisted around in like loops and like spirals, and they're all like sort of twisted in each other. When you see Grem like try to bend it, he like lifts it a little bit, and they seem to like kind of move and slide along each other in like strange ways. And the sign
so
above
it's-
says, "What am
It's
I?"
a little puzzle thing.
So, table talk question. Like, since I'm playing a dwarf, and dwarven guys are just known for their metal work and everything like that, I got a +1 on insight. Can I use that to my advantage in any way?
Sure. If especially given your background, roll. This would actually be an intelligence check. So give me just a flat D20.
Okay.
And minus 2 for your intelligence.
It is a 9.
Okay, so with a 9, you have seen lots of these things in your tavern, but they're usually like left around on the tables. You can't think of the name off the top of your head, but you know that people that have smaller scale versions of these, and they kind of play with them, like try to solve them.
So does Seamus share that with the crew?
I share that to the best of my ability.
Okay, fair enough. Because that was only like a you thing, so that's player knowledge.
I share
not
all this
character.
information, and at the end, it's like it almost looks like a metal puzzle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like one of those things that you like put a gift card in to piss people off.
Or it's like
Or-
they even saw them where you're manipulating to try to get them apart.
Yeah,
Or
you know
one
what
of
it's called?
those
No, I have no
that's
idea.
being recorded by
Kind
the
of like
one
that.
mic with no pop filter, which is a Rubik's Cube for those listening. So what are the particular?
Can I go up and try to like move them around?
Yeah, you absolutely can. One of the there's a single like metal hook that kind of like binds one of the sides, but you're able to like kind of pull it apart, and you can see that like it's connected in a sort of confusing way.
Okay.
And again, the sign above says, "What am I?"
So obviously this is some kind of puzzle. Somebody that's smarter than me, help me.
Daphne's gonna walk up.
What kind of puzzle do you think it is?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Is there any roll I can make that would help me be aware of said puzzle?
you could probably make a guess of some kind.
Mock is going to put a soft hand on Seamus McTavister's head and say, "We will look."
Okay.
Have at it, my friend.
And then, is this a perception?
What are you trying to do?
Find out what he's trying to direct us to look at.
The sign says above the sort of metal brackets. Brackets. The sign says, "What am I?"
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and perceive. So it's perception, right?
That's not how that works.
What?
I'm trying to survive, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a performance check to survive in this performance.
I'm going to try and roll the best check I can.
Daphne, what was your idea?
So I was thinking it was like some kind of puzzle box. Mm-hmm. It's what am I above it? I didn't
Yeah.
realize if it had a handle. You said it had a handle on it.
It's like it's a bunch of metal brackets. Like, so here, like, that's not really good. So
So we probably have to move it around to make a picture.
where is it and what is it?
22 perception.
I just rolled perception, Captain.
Yeah, it sure looks like a tavern puzzle to me.
Are you?
It's a puzzle in a tavern, Captain.
All right, the door it opens. Somebody just had to say tavern puzzle. Okay,
Jesus. Is that really all it was?
it's called a tavern puzzle.
Oh, good
the
God.
metal brackets. You guys have them. That's why I was like, he has
Here,
one. Like,
hold on. We'll do
we
it
just
with
call them metal puzzles.
Yeah, apparently the official name is a tavern puzzle.
Can I move some of that shit around then?
As soon as the captain says tavern puzzle, they disappear, and a walkway opens before you.
Sorry, Daphne. Sorry.
What the hell?
I thought you were trying to like
This is like
troll
some-
us super hard.
Some kind of puzzle in a tavern, like a tavern puzzle.
I'm so smart, you guys.
It's a bit of a
swear,
troll. Not gonna lie.
I swear to God, I thought you were trying to get us to say Wonderwall.
Oh, don't worry, that's later.
Oh, I have a wonder wall in there.
So
No, enough with the celery.
Jesus. I don't go to your place of work, slap the celery out of your mouth.
You're right.
Okay, so
Just try on down to Gunnersville.
Strutting that ass.
the next room you walk into is covered floor to ceiling with a thick carpet of damp moss.
Yeah.
As you
Wait, no, it's damp moss, not
it's
dry
damp
moss.
moss. It's not dry moss.
I can work with this.
As you pass into the room, you feel the warm air settle on your skin like morning dew. What do you do?
Francis immediately wants to harvest the moss.
Francis, go smell it.
It's too much moss to harvest. It is straight up too much.
Mock looks at everybody with him
Mm-hmm.
and says, "Let's search together."
Yeah, give me a perception. Everybody that's looking.
Advantage.
Perception check.
Disadvantage. I mean, what's that?
I'm not giving you disadvantage.
Big Nick got a 5.
3.
15.
15?
I got an 8.
7.
15.
15?
15.
Give me 5. So, Shamish and Francis notice that part of the moss is moving.
Hey, that shit's moving.
And
No, go on. That wouldn't be the last of it.
roll some initiative for me, you two.
Oh.
6.
All right.
5.
Oh shit.
Is it just them?
Just them for now.
So we probably
Make that a 3.
Wait, what?
3. Okay. So, first thing that happens, Francis, you are swiped at by a huge mass of vines and moss, sort of agglomerated together.
Okay.
13. You take 13 points of damage.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, ow.
Yeah.
He's dead.
This
No.
is a shambling mound that has emerged out of this moss-covered room. It's using the natural moss growth to strike at you. However, everybody else, go ahead and roll your initiative.
Okay.
Want me to roll again?
You're good.
D20.
Okay.
Captain rolled a 12.
Big Nick's got a 3.
Sawyer also has a 3.
Damn.
Where do we find our initiative? There we go.
Front page.
Front page next to your health.
Yeah.
9.
No.
I'm gonna switch d20s.
Captain, you're up first.
All right. So besides this moss monster and a room full of moss, what else am I looking at?
That is it, my friend.
Oh shit!
It's a box with a shambling mound in it.
All right.
And you
So
know
much
your
moss, we call it
compatriot
Randy
is
Moss.
Just going to be jumping in. So cover him, please.
You might call this a moss room boss room.
A moss boss.
I'm Moss Boss.
Just. In Captain We Trust.
And cat. That's a steep ask, my friend.
Offer it money.
All right.
See
So
if it'll go
Captain
away.
has just watched his friend Francis get just pounded by this moss monster.
When the moss fights back.
Yeah.
The Alfred
Pick on
Hitchcock
me.
movie, Moss.
Can
So the
Captain
birds
see
moss.
one of Francis's little bottle things that he got from
Yeah.
his little bottle friend?
Yeah,
Cap-
They're just on my waist.
Captain's gonna grab one of them and just chuck it.
Which
say
one?
It says
Feed it
throw
to
it in
the
the enemy.
Don't worry, I'll find out.
Make Mock at it.
Okay, so
Which one did he throw?
you don't know.
You're right.
Captain
Go ahead and make a d20 roll with ranged attack plus your dex plus your so like a thrown weapon.
All right. That's a 19.
Yeah, that
Sorry, no, that's 20.
20. It will definitely hit. Roll 8d8, please.
Oh my lord.
8, Jesus.
Bring the hate.
3, 5, 7,
Are you tracking this?
13, 20, 25. You said 8d8?
Mm-hmm.
6, 7, 32.
Ooh. So you lob a flask into this creature, and immediately on impact, it explodes in fire.
Oh shit!
It is lit on fire, and it takes off through the moss, leaving a burning trail of basically destruction wherever it goes, and it looks like it retreats into some far off layer. So it is no longer a
straight
threat.
up. Francis is just like, yeah!
That's awesome.
I assume that was the one that
Mock
said
is
throw
sad.
me, an enemy.
Do I have a second to cast something if are we out of combat or?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
God,
So,
fucking damn it.
so just to clarify, this was the throw an enemy potion,
Sword
right?
somewhere.
It was actually.
Okay. Just
So yeah, if you take stock, you have drink me and
Throw me at a friend.
Throw me at a friend.
I have I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
On sorry, hold on. I messed up. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay.
On Francis.
Dang.
So you get 2d8 plus 5.
Okay.
So while he's rolling, Seamus looks over at the cabin's like, only counts as one.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Captain is keeping score.
You didn't kill it.
That's why
Where are we
Seamus
at
is
right
his
now?
best friend.
You didn't
So-
kill it. It just ran away.
Captain's keeping track
13
because
back.
he's a pirate.
13.
El
So
Capitan.
the damage you took.
Hey.
So Francis gets 13 health back.
Hell yeah.
From what I rolled.
So we did this. Where are we at?
Okay.
Room full of moss.
As you're kind of wandering through to the next area, excuse me. You make your way through a sort of narrow tunnel, and someone passes sort of like around you. For some of you, it's under your arm. For another, he's crawling under your legs. Excuse me, pardon me. And before you have time to react, you're in a new room. It has a number of bread statues in various poses of terror. So some kind of with their hands up, shielding their faces or trying to like hold themselves. But this person that has pushed past you looks back, is like flushed in the cheeks. Must have been a patron from the tavern prior.
Well,
He goes, this he's kind of slurring his speech. This bathroom looks weird, and sort of goes to the right side corridor that you realize now you have a left pathway and a right pathway. The walls in this room have a reflective jade surface moving forward, and so he steps in the right hallway, but you can still see sort of his back around the corner, and pulls his pants down to go take a piss. However, in sudden alarm, he yells, turns, pants still at his ankles, but it's too late. You can see that his feet have already turned into bread. In the distance, you hear a whisper, and it gets a little louder. Oh,
Is it honking?
Oh my god, a goose is trying to eat this bread!
And
Some backward ass Medusa
it grows
type shit.
it grows louder and louder with each passing moment until in a reflection you see a horrific mutant. It's a Medusa with geese heads in place of snakes, and you can tell the empty calories of bread statues have not been kind to the scale. Have not been kind to her. Have not been kind to her. She's a bit of a chunky Medusa. She advances around the corner. She advances around the corner towards you at a slovenly pace, menacingly. So this is the Dread Bredusa.
She a big old bitch.
As we're about to roll for initiative,
Yeah.
Big Nick notices that there's one bread statue that's an orc and one bread statue that's a person, and looks over at Francis and goes, "My parents are bread."
We'll take a quick break because we are missing
She's
one.
done. I'm sorry. We. Yeah.
Are you recording right now? Okay, cool. Simmons. Hey, roll me over. Simmons. Hey, guess what? I'm a pickle. I'm Pickle Krog. It's the Salty Boys. And
truly, it's not bourbon.
And etching.